Hey guys. Um, I'm finally here to do I don't know, one of these like lecture things, I guess. Because I just did a bunch of readings tonight and I had some introspection that a lot of people are struggling with like romance. Sorry, I like lowered the music a little bit too much. So let's see, tonight I did quite a bit of reads. It was a crazy stream. If you're not following me on Twitch, I do these uh reading nights where I just open up Q. They're short readings. They kind of touch bases with like your guide, whatever you need to know in this moment. Sometimes it's validating information for people that, are cautious or they don't necessarily believe. It's not like a vague like generalized statement. It's usually something that person was doing or something that they need to know that's actually relative. So I am proud of myself for, sharing my gifts again and putting myself out there. It took me a while. But I think the cycles that I've been through and the circles that I've left and removed myself from, I think have really helped me kind of step back into this is who I am and I'm not going to change or step down from it. Um, it's like if I think it's always been, when people do you wrong, they have the hardest part because they have the burden of that responsibility of proving that you hurt them when it's the other way around. So I feel guilt free, but yet these people have to go around telling people like, oh, I don't know why this happened or this and that. So um I find I find that I'm just stepping into my power. And I hope you guys are too. Today was I was told that today, July 25th, was the day that there's like a phrase, hold on, I have to look at it. It's the day at a time. So July 25th and the 26th is quote unquote the day at a time. And it's an astrological, I wouldn't say anomaly, but it's interesting if you're studying and following through with astrology and what, that means. Basically, the day after July 26th marks the galactic new year. So the sequence is simple and rare, and ending with nothing owed, then a beginning with everything possible. So this is the Lion's Gate portal. I think that's what's coming up. Um, Lion's Gate portal. So this must be coming around the corner if it hasn't already. Yep, July 28th to August 12th, and its peak around August 8th. So it's the time of heightened spiritual energy, personal growth, manifestations, linked alignment of the sun, Cyrus, Orion, and the Earth. And it's also noted to be the dog days of summer, but this is just around the the corner for us. And maybe this is why we're feeling it, like, or I'm feeling heightened spiritual energy. Like right now, I've been having back to back palpitations. So I just took a magnesium supplement because I'm like, girl. So I've been really sensitive to coffee, which I think my body is saying, like, reduce and remove. But okay, I wanted to tell you guys there's a reason for this. I've been doing these reads, and the romantic department has been like the area in which I've been doing a lot of readings for. People are often falling back on the spiritual sense or spiritual information to find out if a relationship is going to work out or what somebody might have felt. And always, I'm very real. Like, I will ask people, like, I don't mind doing the reading for them, but I will ask, did you give your information to this person so they can contact you? What was their, body language like? What else did they say to you? Like, did they speak to you? What's the down low about this? And then we'll do the read. Of course, I'll tell them exactly what their guide said, but for an example, so asking tarot and you know, spirit guides about relationships, they're gonna talk about like patterns, or they're gonna dive deep on like an area that you need to value over the relationship. And I talked about, I think tonight, how if your frequency is that you love yourself and you're projecting that, it'll attract people and potentially a partner, because like attracts like. People that aren't looking for a relationship are pretty adamant about that. They'll say, I'm married, I'm not interested, to some degree, right? I'm not going to speak for all people, but I think people that are more prone to a romantic chapter, their readings are tentatively like talking about how emotionally grounded they are, or if they've fully released an old relationship pattern without bringing that into the new cycle or new relationship that they're trying to, cultivate. And it's often like blaming the past, or putting the past onto the present. Like, that person is similar to my ex, so they're gonna obviously do X, Y, and Z. But it's like, no, no, no. Like, give them a chance, unless you have an ick feeling about them. But for the most part, try to give people the chance. Because what if your intuition is off, or it's being ruled by trauma and a trigger response? Like, you have to be very mindful of just how your intuitive spirit body is handling new information, really. But yeah, the common themes that really do appear for these readings is people are generally more vulnerable to at this. Either they're coming at me with, a broken heart, and they need love and support, which I have no problem providing, like, honestly. But what I want to say too is, because I wrote down a bunch of notes, I'm like, no, 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 um like with anything, I always try to exercise the idea that what comes up doesn't mean it's like set in stone, right? It's an energy that we're reading. It's a strong probability that something might happen. It's a reflection and look at a life lesson to see if, you're ready to step into that, like, next, like, cycle or whatnot. Um, but spirit guides, honestly, they're not going to make choices. They're just going to point out like areas of improvement, what you need to focus on. They're not going to ever make a choice for you. So asking them what they think about somebody, they'll tell you, but it means nothing, because you're going to do what you're going to do, because free will. So, like, have I wished I listened to my guide about the friend group that I left? Yes, but I didn't. Free will and the exercising of life lessons. I needed to learn that lesson to be more aware of people's intentions around me. So let's see. I'd like to honestly hear your thoughts about it. What do you get out of relationship reads? Does it help you? Does it ever come true when a reader says that you're about to meet somebody? Because I've only had, just probably this last night, somebody tell me, a guide tell me that somebody had two potential people that they would be meeting, but it's never set in stone, right? If the person decides they don't want to go out, or they're not open to meeting people, can't really force that, and neither can spirit. But if they're happening to meet new people unexpectedly, hey, that's a plus. That's something to pay attention to. Or if they feel inspired to take care of themselves and have self-care days, and are spreading that that awareness that they're in tune with what their body needs, and they deserve an abundance of love and appreciation. That's also a key thing to pay attention to if somebody is waiting around the corner. I think, anyway, there's like little ways to tell, I guess, by signs and symbols, if somebody new is popping up. For instance, like, even for me, if a certain person does me wrong. I always find that I will meet somebody that is from the same region, country, and they'll show me that they're not all the same, so to speak, that just because they're from, this place, they're going to be different. And that kind of heals me, and I assume it would heal other people too when you have a trigger or something and then you're like, oh, I had a bad experience with this type of person, and then you find out they're freaking awesome, and then you're just like, oh, this helps. Like, I don't know, maybe that's just me and I'm rambling. It is 1:14 in the morning, but yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna re-listen to this. I think I'm gonna blindly post it and hope I don't bother anybody or make a fuss, but I don't know. All right, okay, bye.